Hey guys, got another dream for you. So yesterday I went to my mom's house in reality, and lay down and go to bed. Jesus came and said, "We're giving you a dream to find out where you stand within yourself because you're abusing Chris." And I guess they that's the word they use, abusing Chris. Well, I have to is self-defense. So anyway, he goes, "Yeah, whatever." And so I'm off. I go to sleep. And I'm expecting nothing from this dream. It's going to be a stupid dream. But what Christ says is not always what turns out to be. So I'm in this dream. I'm with Danny, my cousin, I think Daryl, and a couple other kids. We're all walking on the railroad tracks. And in now the dream is taking place in dream space, so it's not really real, but it's choreographed in my head as reality here. So back in my old house when I was growing up, I we had railroad tracks, and basically these railroad tracks were my fucking playground. And so in the dream, I'm on the railroad tracks, and we're playing, we're running around, we're doing things. It's nighttime, and all of a sudden, I hear some kids, not different kids, another group of kids, and they're putting something on the railroad tracks to hit the train when it comes through. Like the Via train will come through, and they want to smash it, so they put stuff on the railroad tracks, and the train will run into it, and then hopefully it don't derail. So I look, these kids put some on the railroad tracks, and they take out running, and they sit back and watch for the train. And the train's coming. And I look, and I'm way far away. I'm about damn near a quarter mile away from the fucking object. And all of a sudden I realize, shit, they put trucks from a locomotive on the train tracks. And I'm like, shit, that's going to derail the train, and there's going to be fucking death and destruction all over the place. And I go, fuck. In the dream, and I tell my cousin Dan, who's actually not Dan in the dream, or maybe it is, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not worried about it. I run over, I run over to Dan. And I say, Dan, see them trucks? See the train tires on the train tracks? He goes, yeah. I go, kids put it there. They're gonna derail the train. You gotta go, run down there fast as you can, get that off the train tracks. And I go, but I got boots on. I can't make it. I can't run as fast as you can. So you gotta try. You gotta try. Get the trucks off the track. Get the get the wheels off the train tracks. Trucks on a locomotive are wheels. All right. So he goes, okay, and he fucking runs like a really fast. I'm thinking, good choice, because I never would have made it. He gets down there, takes the trucks off. The train's coming. The train's coming. It's almost going to hit, and he throws the trucks off the train tracks. So the train goes through. And the kids are all fucking sad. The kids that put the trucks on the train track were all sad. And they started walking into what looked like a mall. It was like a market. But, and I'm like, these kids got to learn a lesson. I'm going to fucking report them to the police. That's bullshit. And so Dan comes back, and we start walking into the mall to track these kids down. So I walk up, I'm walking through the mall, and the place is packed full of people, just packed full of people. And I'm walking through the mall, and this one guy hits this beautiful girl, and she's carrying some stuff, what looks like paperwork and pens and her purse and all this shit. And he fucking, this big sicko, fucking smokes her shoulder or something because it's so packed in there. Everybody's, and she drops all her shit right in front of me almost. And so I go, I immediately I think help this girl out, but I can't. I'm tracking these kids through the market, and I gotta find them. I ID them, at least get a visual on them, face-to-face visual, so I can report them to the police. So I'm walking past the girl. She bends down. She's picking up her stuff, and this girl's beautiful, just fucking beautiful. Not a hot babe, beautiful, but human beautiful and sexy, everything. And I notice her top is hanging open, and I'm like, oh. So I'm walking past her, and I look down her top because I can't see nothing on her face except the top of her head. And I look down at the top, and I can see her breasts, and they're just beautiful, just all snuggled, nice and warm in there. And I'm like, fuck me, I'm gonna fucking die of a heart attack right now. And but I don't. I just look at her and go, oh, beautiful. And but I can't. I gotta track these kids. So I walk past her. I wanted to help her pick up her shit. What a perfect way to introduce yourself. Picking up her shit. Plus, you get to look down her top and everything. And I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking in my head, right? But I'm like, fuck it. I can't do that. So I walk past her. And I walk past her. And then I see the kids go around a corner down the aisle. So I'm walking past them, and all of a sudden there's these two guys having a debate about politics. One guy is debating Trump and Biden, and they're having a war, like a fucking heated discussion on this stupid politics. And I want to join in because I fucking hate Biden. I don't really hate Trump, but I fucking hate Biden. And I know there's a bigger game going on. My politics in my head could fucking... I just love a heated debate. I just love to watch it and get involved in it. Anyway, these two guys sitting there, and they're fucking rah, 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 rah at each other. And I can hear what they're saying about Biden and Trump. And one guy's a Biden fan, and one guy... I don't know how you could be a Biden fan. Fuck, I don't understand that at all. Anyway, I walk right past them. All their shit, all their argument is in my head. I can hear them. And I walk right past them. And I walk past them, and I get up to the kids, and they're standing in a little group talking. And I ID them. I fucking look in their faces, and I ID them. I know who they are now. Kids. Just by looking at them. Anyway, all of a sudden I wake up from that dream. It was a really fast dream. Couple 5-minute dream. And I wake up, and Jesus Christ is there, standing there. And all of a sudden, his wife or a girl that he's working with, they're watching the dream, the whole dream. And she goes, he's a Christ, he's a Christ. She turns around and runs back to my family. And I'm awake in bed now. I'm leaving the dream, and I'm waking up. This girl screaming, he's a Christ, he's a Christ. She runs back and she tells my kids, And Tina, he's crazy, he's crazy, he's crazy. She's screaming emphatically, like fucking crazy. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And all of a sudden I tuned in and I figured it out. They gave me the Christ dream, the test of a Christ dream. And what it was I had the first test was Dan in the trucks on the train tracks. How I respond? Well, I told Dan to go get the trucks off the train track before the train hit it. I had boots on, so I never would have made it, even if I wanted to. I could have made it if I had running shoes on, but I had these big ass clunky fucking biker boots, and I would have never made it down the railroad tracks. Dan had fucking sneakers on, and he's a fucking cool dude. So he ran down there and fucking took him off the train tracks. Solved the problem. No train wreck. The second test was the girl and her boobs hanging out. Well, they weren't hanging out, but you know, when the top opens up, you can see the babies in there. And I'm looking and I'm going, holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. Good, thank you, God. And at the perfect opportunity to help her pick up her stuff and introduce yourself to her. And, but I said no. Keep on going. So these are all temptations, right? That was a temptation towards sex and meeting a new girl and all that stuff. And the first one was avoiding a disaster, seeing a disaster before it happened, and reacting and solving it. The third was the political debate, heated debate, discussion, fucking fighting, war, mouth war, piss and match on politics, and these two guys were going at it, and I wanted to chime in, give my 2 cents, and nope, I walked right by it. That was a third distraction from Christ's objective, which was to ID these kids, which put the fucking train trucks on the train track. So I walk up to the kids and I ID them, and then as soon as I ID them, I left the dream. That was the dream. When the girl went and told my family, he's a Christ again, he's a Christ again, I clued in. And Jesus, as I'm watching her run away, telling my kids and Tina that he's Christ, Jesus Christ, he's standing there with a pad and paper, comes walking up to me, he goes, Rich, he goes, if Christine, meaning Chris's soul, I released Chris's soul from his body. And he's floating around. But as he's floating around, he'll come in and punch me out. I woke up in the morning a couple times in 2 months with my face feeling like it's been punched. Bruises on my face. And that was Chris. But I don't remember anything because he's doing it on a different level. He's not doing it on a mental level. He's doing it on a spiritual level, in the dream space, in the dream illusion. I'm living a dream. Meanwhile, he's punching my face out. Christ won't stop it. He goes. Anyway, Christ comes up to me. He goes, when Christine comes around, defend yourself. You have every right to defend yourself. And I go, well, what about Chris? He goes, you abuse it. He goes, you abused him under Christ 3 times. And I go, 3 times a day I fucking abuse him. I rip his skins off. I debowel him. I fucking do that 3 times a day to kill him. He goes, that's besides the point. You abused him 3 times. You weren't raging. He wasn't driving you nuts with the air conditioner. And you abused him. I'm like, holy shit. He goes, the dreams we gave you before this one was to resolve your abuse on him. And the Christ dream, we wanted to find out if you're still a Christ or not. Christ-like. Let's say Christ-like. I'm not officially a Christ. You have to go through this ritual. They christen you and do all this shit, and you get Christ in you officially. You're part of the group, the Christ group. He goes, if you see Christine around, Chris's soul, spirit, defend yourself. He told me that straight up. Defend yourself. I'm like, fucking yeah. I got a shotgun. I'm ready. I'll kick his fucking ass. I've taken on tougher guys than this before. He goes, okay. He told me, okay. So then he tells me, he goes, Christ still hooked, Christine, his spirit, his soul, is still hooked up to you. So he has full access to you. You gotta let the links go. And I go, got it. I knew that, but I have so much going on here with Chris, the body, that I have to kill it. Literally, kill the body. I have so much concerning that, and the air conditioner is driving me nuts, that I haven't had time to separate from Chris. He goes, I know. The next time you hear him, cut the links. And I go, okay, got it. That'll help you with the abuse from him. And then he told me this. I told him, I go, I'm not at 100%. I need my seeds back for spiritual awareness or whatever. I need them back. My 16 seeds, I need them back. Because I'm missing so much. He goes, I know, you're getting them back next week. Today's Sunday, Monday is next week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere along there, I'm supposedly getting my seeds back. Which is fine by me. Holy fuck. Then, I told Christ, he goes, any questions? I think he said, any questions? I go, yeah. Oh. This is funny. I told Christ, he goes, any questions? I go, yeah, I got one. I go, in the dream you just gave me, Dan would never be able to pick up the trucks off that fucking train track. Those trucks are 10 tons, at least. Dan would never have been able to pick up and move the trucks off the track. And Jesus Christ goes, I go, there's a couple other things wrong with your dream, but I don't worry about it. One about the politics war, and something like that. And he's crying. He's going, oh, fucking Richard's right in my fucking. I go, why did you give me such a stupid dream? Why didn't you give me something cool? And he goes, oh, that's all we had to give you right away. And he's crying. And he's not really crying, but he's like, oh, holy shit. He's right in the dream. He's telling me about the dream I gave him. And how it wouldn't work in reality. Because the train would have derailed and there would have been a casualty. Straight up. Period. A train coming in at 60 miles an hour, hitting trucks on a train track. Trucks meaning train tires. Hitting those would derail the train. Period. So I don't see how Dan could move trucks off the train track to stop the fucking train derailment. He's just writing it down. He's writing it down. He's crying. He's like, he goes, "You're such a son of a bitch. You're telling me how to fucking drive the dream better." Well, I'm like, well, come on, man. He's like, no, it's unprecedented. I'm having a person in a physical body tell me from a physical brain perspective about my dream and how to correct it. I'm like, well, I don't know what to say about that, but that scenario was wrong. And I go, oh, by the way, do you got that girl's name? He started fucking crying more. He goes, no, don't worry about it, Rich. It's all made up in the dream. I go, oh, that was brutal. That was the worst part. The politics and the train, but the temptation of talking to this girl upon seeing her boobs inside her dress, all snuggly warm in there, and just, oh, I go, dude, she was beautiful, and she felt good. And he goes, yeah, I know. And I go, that was a real girl, wasn't it? And he goes, well, yeah, something like that. And I go, that was the toughest temptation to do. But he goes, yeah, but you passed through the flying colors. You walked right by her. You looked at her, and you walked right on by to get the kids that put the trucks on the track. And I go, yeah. And I go, that's about it. And he said, yeah, other than that, taking care of I go, did I ever breach Chris? He go, what? I go, what kind of impact am I having on Chris, my neighbor? And he goes, he's almost insane. Like he walks around his apartment and he doesn't know what he's doing. Put it that way. So, there you go. But he's still out driving his fucking vehicle. In reality. I saw him just the other day. Driving down the road. In his fucking car. So the guy is still driving a car. Well, I can't be having that much of an impact. He goes, just keep up the abuse when you have to abuse, and you'll get them. That'll be it. And I abused him 3 times. The dreams I had before this dream, I don't even remember. And Chris told me I wouldn't remember. He goes, we're absolving you from the abuse. He goes, you're a Christ. He goes, you're a Christ. We just proved that in the dream. You're a Christ now. Well, you're a Christ. Not officially. He goes, not officially a Christ, but I am Christ. I go, whatever. I understand what you mean. I've been through it before. So, I just wanted to make this quick video to show you tell you what a Christ dream is like. What you have to go through. Well, that's just one dream. They're just testing me. Just a little test to see if I'm still Christ. And they wanted to know how my brain is, my perception of my being. Am I still on board with Christ, or am I deviating into, by killing Chris, am I killing my innocence, getting off on the fucking slaughter I do to him every day, coming up with new ways to hurt him. I come up with some new ways. Well, they're old ways, but I'm reformatting them again and doing it to Chris, which is having some good effect on him. Anyway, guys, I gotta let this video go. It's 23 minutes in, and it's gonna take an hour to download. That's what Christ does to you, to find out where you stand in your life. Find out what you are.